The Clifton Fire Department functions both as a fire department and an ambulance service. Every firefighter is also a certified EMT. In just the last month, they've responded to over 400 calls related to COVID.
What was happening with a lot of these ambulances is they would respond to a patient. They would transport that patient, come back to the firehouse, decon, disinfect, change their suit, prepare themselves, take a shower, and then get right back in the ambulance and go to the next call. That's how busy it was. I mean, it was one after the other.
The firefighters go out to these calls completely suited up in protective gear.
We actually instituted utilizing hazmat suits and provided them to those firefighters who were responding on these calls with a protective respirator, gloves, and all kinds of other equipment, boots, washable boots. So they were fully encapsulated to protect them from this virus.
A tent is set up outside the fire department where firefighters must take off their protective gear and clean it upon return.
So they can actually basically go through a human car wash. They would get washed, decontaminated.
But despite all these protective measures in place, the pandemic has hit the force hard and in waves.
Well, in the beginning, the first stage we had 25. It was 25 total of people out. And then the second stage was 23 people.
And the ramifications have been big.
It puts on a lot of stress on everyone, because what happens is when you have that many people out, the overtime is abundant. And sometimes firefighters are working every other day. Some of the firefighters are working overtime in longer shifts.
Chief Prezioso hopes to have the full force back in action by the end of May. But in the interim, FEMA has arranged for some extra manpower at the Clifton Fire Department.
FEMA provided us ambulances as well. So there were members working in my city, in the city of Clifton, from other states on an ambulance service that was provided by FEMA, because since we had so many members positive cases and quarantine cases, and we were taxed with the amount of people that we had out, and we needed people to come in, FEMA was able to get volunteers from other states to ride an ambulance, come to the city of Clifton, and continue our service.
In Clifton, Emily Young, New Jersey News Network.